Not just one, but multiple. So 2 or more, basically. And then, yeah, like it's just pretty crazy. The license is no longer exclusive to EA. So, what games do you want to see? What do you think about all the news that we've had over the last week? Lego Star Wars got announced at 800 playable characters in the game, which is pretty crazy. But yeah, D-Man, Frostbite, Spikies, Arcs, Yepper. Good to see you guys. Hope you're doing well. Right. I shall get into a game. See if anyone's online. No. Alright. We'll do some Supremacy to start on. Do I go Age of Resistance? Yes, I'll do Age of Resistance. The space is, you know, the capital ships are really good. Alright, but yeah, what does everyone think of all the news? Age and Kloss, best map as well. Love it. Arthur, good to see you. Hope you're well. Is Battlefront 3 coming out? Well, I don't know. There's not. So Battlefront 3 has not been announced. It's not been teased or anything like that. There's no like official word on Battlefront 3. That's not to say that we won't ever see a Battlefront 3 in like 4 or 5 years time. But there's not been any announcement of a Battlefront 3. So if you see a video saying like, "Oh my God, Battlefront 3 announced," that's on YouTube right now, then don't believe it because it's not true. They stole it.
We got the initiative. Let's keep it.
Hold on. Oh, you're joking.
We'll surely win
this. Yeah, I literally was just about to do that.
We have 2 main objectives here.
Probably won't be playing today. Got to get some college work done. That's all good, man. To be honest, like, I need to really do uni work and I haven't done a lot over the last week. I haven't really done a lot, so I need to really focus on that tomorrow. But I just really wanted to stream today because, well, it's free on Epic Games Store right now, which means that loads of new players are coming to the game, which is awesome. But yeah, I really want to stream because then actually at that point I would have had 7 full days of content in a row. Sunday video, Monday stream, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday video, Saturday stream. There you go. The full week. So yeah, tomorrow I actually really need to grind out uni work, to be honest. Got lots to get done. So yes, I share your pain. Haven't watched in a while. Well, your background is different. It shouldn't. It's the same place. It's exactly the same place as before. It's just, I mean, maybe things are moved around a little bit different to how you're normally used to, or just because the blinds mostly shut. Same place as it's always been. Where are we going? That guy kind of sound like Finn, to be honest. He took. Oh, what the hell is what's wrong with his cape? Nice. Looks really different. I don't know. I mean, it could be the lighting. Like, there's no light. The only light on in here is this one right above the camera. There's a bit of natural light at the back, but that's literally it. So, KFX Spy. I haven't used the KFX Spy in a long time. Alright. Oh my lord. Okay, that was perfect timing. Cheeky double kill. Oh, and another. Nice. That was a bit of a waste. Oh well. Come on. So what does everyone think of the Ubisoft open world game announcement then? Let me know what you think. Are you looking forward to... Oh, hello. Are you looking forward to it? What kind of era do you want it to be set in? What are you hoping the story to be like? Anything. Let me know. What is going on? Yep, okay, fantastic.
Kylo Ren having joined the enemy.
Frostbite is so excited. This is simply good news. Alright, now I'll go Ovisian. Very good, Anthony. Good to see you. Hope you're doing well. Oh, there's a couple. Alright. See if I get close enough. Oh, that's not quite what I was hoping for, but oh well.
The first order will turn tail and run any moment now.
Nice. Push up a little bit. GN, good to see you. Hope you're doing well. How's your day going? I saw you changing a lot of things on Discord. You having a bit of a server revamp, or? I really hope that's actually doing some decent damage here. So oh my lord. Okay, yep, that was good. That was very nice. Oh my lord. Bye. Oh, he should have easily had me there. I'm forever grateful. Opening up the Star Wars license is the best because decision they could have made. EA have made some great games, just not enough of them. Yeah, I agree with that, to be honest. Like, if the license, you know, if Lucasfilm were like, oh yeah, we want to keep the license exclusive for whatever reason, then like EA are a really good company to be with. Like, especially with the games we've had so far, like we've had some really great games. Oh, it's the same guy as well, the poor thing. We've had some amazing games from them. Like Battlefront 2015 was good. Battlefront 2017 obviously had a shaky start, but ended up being absolutely incredible. No, there's no point. There's no point. There's no point. So yeah, we're going up now. Battlefront 2 ended up being insane. Fallen Order is an incredible single-player game, and Squadrons is an awesome multiplayer experience with a solid single-player story as well. I think EA are really good people to be with, but there's just, yeah, as you say, Frostbite, there's been a severe lack of games, which is why opening the license up for other studios is really is the best decision they could have made, because we'll start seeing more and more Star Wars games. Like, we could be in a situation where in like 3-4 years time we'll see 2 or 3 Star Wars games in that 1 year alone, you know, which is just insane, really. I'll speculate now. I think we will get a Battlefront 3 around 2023, with the campaign being prequel to Battlefront 2 and more advanced multiplayer with distraction and advanced customization. Not sure what you mean by distraction there. If we were to get Battlefront 3 in 2023, they would have had to have started making that game already. Like, they would have started it by now. And considering they cancelled Battlefront 2, considering they cancelled Battlefront 2 last April, I mean, the decision would have been made back in like December, probably. December of 2019. So the fact that they cancelled that and Battlefront 2 still had content, if they were to start making a Battlefront 3 for 2023, then they would have had to have already started that by now. All the logistics and all the behind the scenes stuff, pre-production, everything would have had to have started ages ago, and you don't do that. If you just cancel support on Battlefront 2, you don't then, like, a game that still had content to come, you don't then 6 months later suddenly go, oh, actually, you know what, we'll do Battlefront 3. Haha, like, that's just not that's just not how it would go. Or if it did, then it would be like, why did you cancel it in the first place then? Yeah, it's that would be no. Like I mean, it's all, yeah. I mean, speculate all you want to, yeah, obviously, but 2023 is highly unrealistic. Okay. Oh, so you mean destruction? You mean destruction, not distraction. Wanting an open world game Wanting an open world bounty hunter game in either the prequel era or the original trilogy era. Nice. Yeah, I think the original trilogy for me is the best era to go in, to be honest. I think if we, because the thing with the original trilogy that's so great is like with the Empire and wait, what the? Oh, okay. I was hoping they would say like black walls. The beauty of the original trilogy, I feel like, is because of the Empire. What is going on there? Every time he just jets forward, there's like a bunch of blue smoke. Is that I feel like, yeah, the original trilogy era for me is kind of like prime time as a bounty hunter. Like, it would just be the perfect time, personally. A lot of people dead here, Jesus. But like, if you go in the prequel trilogy era, I mean, yeah, okay, you could be a bounty hunter on either side of things, really, and stuff like that, which would definitely be really interesting to see. But honestly, I would really just want to see a main focus in the original trilogy. That said, I'd love to see a game set in the prequel era or even some other time. Oh, it was autocorrect. Okay, fair enough. Kind of got uninterested in Battlefront 2 and I don't really play it anymore. That's absolutely fair, you know. That's fair. Good, thanks. Yeah, doing some updates hopefully to make it better. Nice. Oh, I got a kill. Chili Ted, I'm sorry. Let's go. Just unload on it.
You're damaging the generator. Keep firing.
Oh, you only want the prequel era if you can get Coruscant. That's, yeah, I think that's understandable. I think if you had prequel era, it probably would have Coruscant, to be honest, but yeah, we'll see. I had to die right at the end, didn't I? What a game. GG's. That was nice and easy. Making Star Battlefront 2 to increase the player base is also a good move that ensures the interest is there for future games. That, well, there is that, but the thing is, well, so Battlefront updates a couple days ago actually had a really interesting idea as to how Battlefront 3 could work, which I really liked. Essentially, instead of just having Battlefront 3 where it's like a completely brand new game, is essentially you remaster this game, you remaster Battlefront 2 2017, like you update the graphics and all that stuff, but essentially all the content is still, like, from this game would essentially be in that Battlefront 3, but you like overhaul the progression system, you overhaul a monetization system, you add like a battle pass and all that stuff with like future cosmetic content, and you also add some more content to this game so that when you release it, it's got some new stuff. But you launch it free to play, and then obviously you have all that monetization system as well in place so that you can actually make quite a lot of money through that. And then that means that like you essentially the content that you get in that remaster would be content that should have been in that people, you know, would say that should have been in Battlefront 2. So people, you know, things like Ahsoka and Ventress perhaps. You know, so you add some content into that, and then you go. Is it Takodana? Yeah. So you add some content into this, and yeah, essentially like a relaunch in a way. So it's like a relaunch, but you add new content, and then that means post-launch you can focus on like all of the TV shows and other films that are coming out with content. So, I mean, the game wouldn't be out. I mean, maybe if they were doing it like that, you could see it in 2023, but I doubt it. Like, again, they'd have to start right now and all that stuff. And then, yeah, but like we could see that maybe in a couple of years. And honestly, I think I would honestly really like that idea more than a Battlefront 3. Like, if they were, because the thing is though, this would essentially be a relaunch for next-gen consoles and everything like that. Make it so that you can add. I mean, a big issue with Battlefront 2 is that the way they've coded the game is that they can't actually add new star cards. They can only, like, if I want, they can't add star cards onto a hero or like a trooper. Like, they can only replace them, which is a bit weird. I don't really know why they've done that, but change it so that you could add star cards, like new ones post-launch or whatever. But yeah. I think that would be a really cool idea, to be honest, because the thing about Battlefront 3 is that I'd want to see content from this game in there anyway, because it is like film locations. Like Takodana, for example, this is essentially like this would essentially be a 1-to-1 scale of how it is in the film in a way. You know, Koshiro Beach is pretty much accurate, like really accurate as well, and all that stuff. So if it's super accurate already, like I don't see the point in them remaking maps like Koshiro Beach or anything like that. Like I just feel like essentially remastered these. I mean, I already did a video saying about how I want Battlefront 3 to have remastered Battlefront 2 maps, you know? So instead of just remastering that, just essentially relaunch and remaster the whole game, add some new content, overhaul a bunch of things as well, then then jobs are good, really. I mean, I've got a video coming out at some point. I accidentally uploaded it, yes. The video accidentally went live the other day alongside another video on Tuesday because I forgot to reschedule. But that'll go live, I think, early Feb now, which is basically a progression, like the progression system that I want to see in Battlefront 3, which, like, spoiler alert, is kind of pretty much the same as this, really, but actually reward players for various things. There are some differences that I won't necessarily go into, but yeah, it's just like, it would be very similar to this game, but just actually reward people, and like, yeah, a battle pass would be really cool to have. Come on. So like GTA 5 did when moving from PS3 to Xbox One, PS4. Yep, absolutely. Updated graphics, a relaunch of live service, etc. Yeah, I mean, and that's the thing. Like, I think that would actually be a really solid way to go about doing it. Like, if you're like updating graphics and stuff like that as well, like you will have to redo a lot of things. But yeah, the thing about that is, like, you know, with Scarif from Battle, or like even with Jabba's Palace, like the Jabba's Palace map from Battlefront 2015 to Battlefront 2017, they would essentially have to like remake the map, and there's still like a lot. It would only save them a few like weeks' work, but I feel like it would be so worth it, to be honest. So just remaster it. I mean, to be honest, like they may like. You wouldn't even necessarily have to remaster the graphics, to be honest, because it is still such an like, if this game released right now, if this game released like this year, like, or tomorrow or something, I would say like this is an incredible game, because it really is. So you wouldn't even like, I honestly don't really feel like you'd have to really remaster the graphics too much, to be honest, but like, yeah, a lot of work for that would still have to be done, but I just think if they did that, it would be amazing. And because so many people, especially with the Epic Games Store, like EA have had to actually upscale their servers quite a lot because of the amount of people coming in from Epic Games. So, sorry, excuse me. So the fact that they've had to actually do that, like, yeah, it's as Frostbite says, like, it's such a sorry, as Yeppa said, sorry, is like, it's great for EA's reputation because people think the loot box is still around and stuff like that, but then you've got so many people figuring out that this game is actually really cool. And then if you launch the game, if you essentially relaunch the game as free to play with the Battle Pass system and stuff like that, all of these people are going to be like, oh hell yeah, like Battlefront with all this with this content plus more to come. Oh, the £10 battle pass, a battle pass that lasts like 2 months. Sure, I'll spend $10 on that. You know, it's crazy how much you could do. Karen, hello there. Hope you're doing well. I think there's so much potential loss with Battlefront 2, but I hope Battlefront 3 is not lost. I think that game has so much potential. If they don't add microtransactions, it would be awesome. Well, the thing is, microtransactions aren't a bad thing. It's just how you implement them. Like, it's like a battle pass, you know. Fortnite and Call of Duty and any other game that has a battle pass system, especially for your first purchase, like first time buying the battle pass, like that will require you to that pretty much always will require you to use real money, unless you grind like several seasons and get like the free premium currency for like 4 or 5 seasons, to the point where you can actually then buy it without grinding. Like, if you don't want to go through all of that pain for like over a year, then then it's like it's $8 and or it's like £8, something like that, you know, and it's not. That's not bad. Like, obviously, it's always nice to not have microtransactions, but like we've been saying, that if they release a game free to play, then you kind of need microtransactions in order to actually make some money off the game. And if they relaunched Battlefront 2 as free to play, but with essentially a Battlefront 3, if they relaunched this game with new content plus a battle pass system or something like that, then that would be awesome. Like a lot of, yeah, I mean that's you're absolutely right that like there was a lot of potential loss with this game, and that's why a Battlefront 3 or a remaster at least or like a relaunch of this game would just be absolutely insane, because you can then actually like, you know, use the potential that this game had for that, which would be amazing. So we'll see how things go, really. I mean, either way, like, I really want to see Battlefront 3 or a relaunch of this. I want to see content from this game in it, basically, because there's just so much good stuff, especially with the maps. So a lot of good things with this. Completely agree. Battlefront 2 has amazing graphics, and there aren't really a lot of changes that need doing. I was playing to GTA 5, which had updated graphics specs for one PS4. Yeah, no, you're absolutely right. Yeah, and I know, like, you know, you would want to see some updated graphics to a point where, you know, you do have like 4K ray tracing and stuff like that, especially for consoles now that they can actually do that. But yeah, I mean, does this game? I'm pretty sure. Does this game actually have ray tracing on PC? It doesn't, does it? If it doesn't, then, like, do that. You know? It'd be amazing. PS5, Xbox Series X also have updated graphics for the launch on those platforms. Yeah, I mean, the game looks incredible. I mean, I was always playing it. I mean, I'm still playing it at 1080p now, but it still just looks incredible. And... oh, sorry. Lorenzo? I hope I said... or Lorenzo? No, there's no Z. Apologies for the butcher of the name there. But yeah, like, you're absolutely right. The game plays beautifully. Like, beforehand I was playing it at 1080, 30 FPS, and I'm now playing it at 1080, 60, and it just, yeah, it looks awesome. And I just think that if they did relaunch it with this, then... or if they did do like a relaunch or something, then yeah, it'd be great. But it's just the amount of play. Like, I really hope that the amount of players coming to the game from Epic Games really provides a statement to EA. To be honest, to almost be like, yeah, well, not like, well, because the thing is though, was it a mistake to cancel content support for Battlefront 2? I mean, yes, because there would have been so much more content to give. It was a mistake in that sense, but logistically speaking, for the next Battlefield game, it was, you know, it had to be done. So I understand that, but I just hope that it provides a statement of actually, yeah, way more. You know, loads of people love this game and want to see more of it. And considering the amount of players you have right now with this game, if now that the amount of people coming to the game and being like, yeah, this game is awesome. You know, if you go and bring out a Battlefront 3, then so many more people are going to be raving about it and are going to be like, oh my god, yes, Battlefront 3, woohoo. So, yeah. I think like another Battlefront game, whether it's a relaunch or a third installment of the series, it has to happen, because there's just so much. Otherwise, they'll just miss out on so much. I know if they make things exclusively available with microtransactions like a hero or skin, these things are limited in this kind of game. Well, no, I mean, if they limit a hero behind money, then that's obviously bad, because that's pay to win. That's not a good thing. Limiting a skin behind a pay, like that's fine. I get that. I mean, I love what Battlefront 2 did, where you had a system where, yes, you could buy skins for crystals, or you could just grind, you know, or you could just play the game, grind, and then buy the skins that way. Like, I love the fact that they did that, but I wouldn't mind seeing a battle pass system, to be honest, either, if they did like another game. Especially if they launch free to play, it's just like, yeah. Oh, it was Chimichangas. He didn't realize it was on its alt account. Lol. No worries. Good to see you, man. Hope you're doing well. There's really, there's really nothing they need to do with this game graphics-wise, but hopefully there's a slight chance that the game gets a relaunch at some point anyway with an extended live service. Yeah, that would be awesome. I think it uses FSR on all platforms. Okay. But yeah, it's just like, if you genuinely did a relaunch of this game, then it's just like, yeah, because the thing is though, you wouldn't want people like, I mean, you could relaunch it and like make people pay, but that's really kind of scummy, to be honest. But yeah, just relaunch it as free to play. Make sure there are some ways that they can make money off the game. Have a monetization system in there, so that it's obviously worth the investment. But don't, because ultimately, you know, they're a business and they need to make money. They need to survive. So if they didn't have any methods of monetization, then it would be a bit odd, especially if they relaunched it as free to play. But yeah, like, a lot of people I think would love to see, well, a lot of people really want to see like a Battlefront 3, obviously, which is understandable. So hopefully this kind of provides a statement to EA and like, yeah, it's like, well, we have, like, you know, already, you know, you've got the players, you've got countless people playing this game right now. Probably the most, I mean, considering they had to upscale the servers like they did yesterday, then, you know, it wouldn't surprise me if the player count was the highest it's ever been right now, to be honest. So, lol, get wrecked. He's been Finners for ages, and I just shredded him. You know, some of the highest player numbers the game has probably ever seen, you know? So, I feel like this should provide a statement to EA and be... Wait, what? Well, to be honest, I don't feel like Battlefront 3 is more likely to be developed, to be honest. Like, I feel like, if anything... I genuinely think that a relaunch would make more sense, to be honest. Especially with, like... You've already got a lot of the course... I mean, I'd overhaul, like, progression and all that and a bunch of stuff. Or maybe even overhaul, like, star cards as well. Like, so a lot of work would have to be done, but... you know, you've got all of this pretty accurate content in this game already. You've got all of this other stuff that it's just like, it's almost, well, it's more just the maps, really. It's just like, if you make another Battlefront 3, you're going to want Takodana in here because it's a pretty important map in the sequel trilogy. And it's like, if you launch the game and you have a Takodana map, then where are you going to base it? Like, you're just going to have like a random Takodana jungle that no one cares about, or like, how do you make that work? Because the only Takodana location is this one, is Maz's castle, where we've got now. That's the only place we know, and it's just like, I don't feel like it makes much sense to I don't feel like it makes an awful lot of sense to do that. I mean, they could obviously just remaster the map, but then if that's the case, then I'd probably want to see them do that for most of the maps. Not, you know, not every map in this game would need to come through for a third, in my opinion. Like Jakku, for example, they could do something else, but I honestly really just wouldn't mind seeing like a just complete relaunch of this game with more content to come, and then, yeah. But we'll see. I mean, that could, you know, it could be a possibility of it all happening, like, after Battlefield 6. Obviously not straight away, because they'd have to, like, spend loads of time setting up the teams and actually getting the studio ready for that. And then, obviously, build, you know, actually making the content and all that stuff, so... Plus the amount of people from Battlefront 2, like 10 million players, plus 5 million new players would just be like at them. Well, it would be like an ATM for EA. Yeah, well, that's the thing. Like, so many. See that? Well, yeah, that's what I was saying. Like, EA fully well know the amount of players coming to Battlefront 2 right now. They know they'll have the exact number of players on the game. and what platform they're on and what mode they're playing. Like, they've got all this telemetry that they can play around with and look at, which is really cool. And so, you know, they have the numbers. They could work out that if they launched the Battlefront 3, then, you know, there's all these like kind of calculations they'll be able to do, and like to estimate sales figures and stuff like that. And with the reputation that Battlefront 2 is now getting, after, you know, since really the Clone Wars content was being added to the Celebration Edition, to now, like, they fully well know how many people, or like the amount of people who would want a new game to be made, and as to roughly how many people they'd expect to buy it and stuff. Battle Pass system is good, but like, how much content can they keep making the Battle Pass thing? But I 100% agree that a Battle Pass would be awesome, and personally would get it. They have to make a way for people who can't get the Battle Pass to get some content, because all of the content gets locked behind the Battle Pass name. It wouldn't be fair, really. Well, no, you wouldn't lock, like, no Battle Pass in any game that has a Battle Pass is just premium content. Like, a lot of every game that has a Battle Pass system has free, like, tiers as well. So like, tier 44 in the Fortnite Battle Pass, the premium, like the premium tier could be, you know, just like an emblem or a piece of like menu music. But then the free pass is like a pickaxe or a weapon wrap and stuff like that. Like, you'd obviously have free content that other people can get, or you do it like or like Call of Duty, where it is just genuinely 100 items, but like you get, you know, every weapon that gets added into the Battle Pass, that's free for everyone to unlock in the system. Or, and then like some of the blueprints that you can unlock in COD, like they're free on the Battle Pass as well. Like, you'd obviously have free items, whether it's like a skin for a clone trooper or whatever. Like, you know, if they were to relaunch this game, or just to have a Battle Pass system in general, like, I really want them to add like more like deeper levels of customization with things like calling cards and emblems and stuff like that. And actually, in my Battlefront 3 progression concepts like video that I'm going to be releasing in like the next few weeks, I do talk about that, and I actually show some like examples of like ones I'd love to see. So, you know, it would be really good if they added stuff like that, in my opinion. So, Gravity, good to see you. Hope you're doing well. Hey, I thought Battlefront 2 was free on Epic Games Store. It is. Hence the title saying Battlefront 2 is free on the Epic Games Store.
Resistance forces have begun boarding.
Relaunch would be good, but if they add content and update some of the graphics, it would make sense. But I don't think it's something EA do. Yeah, I mean, it may well not be something they do, but I just think it's definitely an option worth considering for them, I think.
Now is our last chance to hinder them.
Something to... So going back to the whole Battle Pass thing, is like, how much would they make? Well, something to bear in mind is look at the amount of content coming for film and TV from Star Wars over the next few years. Like, this year alone, we're going to be getting the Bad Batch animated TV show. Instantly, in a 2-month period, they could make a Battle Pass for that. They could do a Battle Pass for the entire Bad Batch stuff, like whether it's some clone skins that you see the clones turning into stormtroopers wearing and stuff like that, whether it's like New Legion or something, or like emblems or calling cards. You can do stuff like that. We've also got Star Wars Visions, which is like 10 anime Star Wars shorts, and if they're like, I'm pretty sure they're going to be, well, I'm hoping they're obviously going to be original stories. For some reason I've got this concern that they might not be, but you know, there'll be original stories where maybe you could add some content for Star Wars Visions. You've also got the Book of Boba Fett as well. I don't know how many episodes that's going to be. But you know, that in itself as well is another Battle Pass waiting to happen, full of content that you could add. Whether it's, I mean, it's a little bit difficult because the Book of Boba Fett might not really have much Empire stuff in it, but you know, from the Mandalorian, there's already quite, you know, the Incinerator Trooper was added, so in the Battle Pass, that could be a skin you unlock for the Flame Trooper. well, like a flame trooper could be added for the Empire as a reinforcement, and the incinerator trooper could be a skin for like a Mandalorian update. And not only that, but like you've got content from like Clone Wars and Star Wars Rebels and Star Wars Resistance and stuff like that. That I mean, even Rogue One and Solo, not every piece of content from that film is in this game that could be. So you know, you could have a battle pass on Rogue One and Solo stuff. You know, it's perfectly doable. I could have run, but that's boring. Lol. Get wrecked. Given the current progression system isn't exactly profitable for EA after compared to other EA games, there's a lower chance they'll pick this game back up and continue it. Well, that's the thing. That's why you'd overhaul the progression system. But a progression system shouldn't be profitable. You shouldn't really be making money off people progressing in a game by playing it. A progression system should be how it is like in this game, where you play the game, you level up, you get skill points, and then you play that. That shouldn't be a profitable or monetizable system. That's why you make a battle pass system, so that you can profit off people wanting, you know, cosmetic content. Because otherwise, if a progression system is profitable for EA, then that means it's pay to win. That means it's likely pay to win, and that's what you don't want. That's what, you know, EA know they don't want that because they've done it before and it doesn't work. I really hope that after development of Battlefield 6 is done, they add customization items and a patch that fixes some old glitches that are still in this game, like the shaky cam on speeder. Oh, dude, that shaky cam on speeder thing has been in the game since launch, and it's one of the main reasons I despise speeders in this game. It is awful. Yeah, I'm so fed up with that thing, and that's why I never use speeders, really. No, I mean, I don't think, like, they won't do that, I don't think. I mean, once Battlefield 6 releases, like, a bunch of developers might be able to, like, you know, they might consider making more content for this again, but I doubt it, to be honest. Oh, wow, yeah, I really do need to fall back. Odd. Boom, I'm here. Themes battle passes, they could do so many things with it. They could. I really think now that you explained it, I find it really intriguing. Yeah, that's the thing. Like, it really could work like super well. The thing is, though, you don't have to just have themed battle passes. Like, yeah, okay, it would be really nice to have some themed battle passes, but if for example the Book of Boba Fett doesn't add enough content in it for yeah, if the Book of Boba Fett doesn't add really enough content to, like, potential content to this game, then you could just be like, okay, well, it's the Book of Boba Fett inspired, but also has a bunch for other bounty hunters. So Bosk, you know, it could be like they give Bosk like 1 or 2 skins that he wore in Clone Wars, for example. Like because at one point you see Boba as a kid with Bosk in, you know, in prison. So you could give Bosk a skin where he's in his you know, his orange prison overalls, you know, and that's an option you can do with it. Like, yeah, I mean, you could have themed battle pass content, but it's not like it's not a complete necessity. Like when Mando Season 3 comes out, well, I mean, that's really close, but maybe when well, yeah, like, let's just say this game was still going on and they had a battle pass system. Like, if that was the case, then yeah, when Mando Season 3 comes out, do a Mando Season 3 update, but there might not be any show for a while after that. So if that released, but there wasn't really many shows coming after Mando Season 3, then maybe you have a battle pass that's just, yeah, I mean, maybe it is just focused on, I'm just going to use the bounty hunter example again, maybe it's a battle pass that's focused on bounty hunters and scoundrels, so maybe you add a skin for Han, or you add some emblems to the game. Yeah, you add like a skin for Han, maybe an emblem or calling card or like whatever. Like, there really is a lot. Like, the customization in this game is solid, but it's just skins for troopers. It'd be really cool if you could actually have emblems. So if I come on this scoreboard, instead of seeing what type of, well, I mean, I think it's important to have what type of trooper it is, but maybe next to someone's level, you've got like a little emblem. I kind of want to get killed by someone as well, so that I can kind of show you guys where I'd have other things. Yes, come on, Jet Trooper, do something. But yeah, it's just like, come on, yeah, kill me. So where it says noob trap, maybe that could be like a calling card, and then you've got his level there, but on the left side of his name you have an emblem or something, you know. Or you have titles like for, I mean, developers, it could say, it could have their name and then in small print underneath it would say developer. Or you could unlock a title for a rocket trooper which is called Rocketeer or whatever, like stuff like that. Like I think would be just smaller bits of customization like that would really go a long way, and they could really flesh out Battle Pass tiers through that.
Captain Phasma is here. You best look sharp.
So yeah, I'm really spoiling my Battlefront 3 progression video right here. Oh well. All I want from Battlefront 3 is good speed as dudes, same. And that's the thing, having a battle pass is so much fun as well. Like it gives, you know, it gives people a huge incentive to want to play the game, to unlock, you know, maybe they're like, oh no, there's only 2 weeks left and I still need like 50 tiers. Okay, I'm gonna grind Battlefront 2 every day for like 3 hours, and that way maybe I'll get enough. And like they'll have, you know, they've already got like the 3 daily challenges in a day, so that can just give people, I mean, yeah, still give people like 500 credits per challenge, but give people like 10,000 XP or however much XP you need to, in order to like, to make a sizable addition into the amount you have or are required for with the Battle Pass tiers and stuff like that. I don't know. Oh no. I think what they could do is personalize Quest Maker, which will reward you with battle points in game. If you kill get a kill with Vanguard or damage players with a grenade. Well, yeah, I mean that's the thing. Like that's very, you know, that's really I mean, it's not like a personalized quest system. It's more that could be a daily challenge or a weekly challenge or whatever. Like yeah, there's a lot you can do with that, and that can give people XP required in order to progress through the battle pass. Holy moly. So, yeah, it's just stuff like that. Like, give people quests, deepen, you know, further enrich and deepen the customization system within this game. Bye. Thank you, Archibald. Oh, Stinger pistols, man. Remember when the Stinger pistols were like stupidly OP and everyone was using them and it was really annoying? I can't quite get up there, that's a rip. Shaky screen is awful, I never use them only because of that. Yeah, I'm the same. I'm very much the same. You're nothing, but not to me. That's a lot of folks. Bad Batch will probably introduce so many sick appearances for the clones. Annoys me that Bark speeders are so sick in the clones TV show, but are unplayable in this game. Yeah, like they really are like a cool speeder, and it's a shame that yeah, in this game they're just not great. But yeah, I mean that's the thing. Like in the Bad Batch, I mean there's already an example. I mean it could be like a clone commander of like the specific legion that is there, but that already has some really like it already looks like it's got. I mean it was already a new legion I think as well. But yeah, the Bad Batch. Sorry, did they win with 1 second to spare? Please tell me they did not just win.
You have successfully defended our ship, but this battle is not over. Next, we will secure the area below.
I actually was about to say, I actually forgot we were coming back down to the ground, so I thought that was going to be victory. Oh Jesus! I actually forgot about this. Oh my god. But yeah, so where was I? Yeah. So the Bad Batch should introduce like some really sick clone skins. And you know, maybe there's some, maybe still there are some battle droids around the place, and maybe they have, you know, maybe those battle droids are different skins to what we've seen before. So perhaps, you know, if there was a battle pass system for the Bad Batch, then they could be adding, or you know, like not necessarily. Well, yeah, I mean they could just add like all of those clone skins and battle droid skins. For this battle pass, like as a hero, maybe introduce like one of the Bad Batch members, or maybe you have them as well. Yeah, it would just be really cool if like you got who's the main guy from Bad Batch, like the main like commander of it all? Hunter. So maybe like Hunter's added as a hero, maybe, and then like. And you could maybe have Fennec Shand as a villain, maybe. I don't know. I mean, I don't know how big of a role she's going to have, but like she's in the trailer, so it'd be cool to have anyway. No, but like she's a bounty hunter, so she's done some bad stuff. Boba's in. Yeah, maybe she's hired by the Empire to hunt down Bad Batch. Maybe, who knows? Like. You know, it's so much, like there's so much stuff that you can do with there's so much stuff you could do with like a battle pass system like that. Well, yeah, I'd only like consider her that way from that. But well, the thing is though, Boba fights the Empire as well, so and he's obviously a villain. Yeah. But that's like minor detail. I'm not really too worried about focusing on heroes. But you know, let's just say Hunter and Fennec are added as a hero and a villain, right? And then yeah, for the battle pass system, like you could just have. You know, you could have a calling card. So where it says Kip Astar, from the beginning of his name, or like where that health bar is, like those dimensions just above. So where Kip Astar is to the level, you have a calling card, and maybe that could, you know, that could be that could be an in-game, you know, that could be an engine render of this game, like an in-game capture from Battlefront 2. Where Hunter is doing has got some kind of pose, or maybe he's like shooting at something or whatever, or it could be a piece of concept art of Hunter coming to the game, or whatever, you know, stuff like that. Like that could be a calling card in. So the heroes come for free for everyone, obviously, like they always have done, but then like the calling cards for them could be unlocked. Some in maybe challenges, but others could be, you know, others could be unlocked in. Unlocks via the battle pass and stuff like that, so like your commander gives you tasks to do, play the objective and things like that. Well, I mean there could be like I mean you could have like in-game, like random in-game challenges. It could, I mean, yeah, it could be a case of like you're like halfway through a match of Galactic Assault, and then it's like, ooh, and then you get like a voice, you know, like a bit of audio like chimes. It's like, oh, you've got like kill 5 enemies in 90 seconds. That could be a challenge, which, you know, is super easy, but depends on what you're doing. Like, or maybe like kill 5 enemies in 60 seconds. That could be a challenge, and if you complete it, you just get like a bunch of XP to progress. I mean, that's a really interesting idea, but it's not something I'd prioritize. But I really like the idea though. Wow, they came up really fast. Jesus. We were not down here long. Would love a playlist selector in Battlefront. Like they mix a certain TV show or film from the menu for like Fortnite. Oh, music. Oh, when you say player selector, you mean like music? Okay, yeah, that would be interesting. That would be really cool. Not a big fan of battle passes in games that aren't free. I wouldn't complain, but I'd prefer it if they didn't. Well, no, so that's why I would relaunch Battlefront. Like, this is why with Battlefront you'd have it as like a free-to-play. Like, that's why with Battlefront 2 it'd essentially be a relaunch for free. So then, you know, you can add, that's why you add a battle pass system, is to monetize it. Like, if this game wasn't, if they relaunched this but it wasn't free and they had a battle pass, then that's a bit dodgy. But if they relaunch this as a free-to-play game with new content and stuff like that, that's when it's like, yeah, okay, add a battle pass. Oh, they're coming in from over there. Oh, come on, where is she? Oh, I see, yes. I think how Battlefront does microtransactions right now is the best way to do it. Have cosmetics that can be bought with real money or in-game currency. Yeah, no, I absolutely agree with you on that point. Like, if you don't have a battle pass, then and it's a paid game, then yeah, I completely agree that yeah, if there's no battle pass as a paid game, then yeah, 100% have all cosmetics available that you can actually just unlock yourself by playing, or you can just buy it with real money if you wish. But then, yeah, if you have a battle pass, then and it's a free-to-play game, then yeah, 100%. Like, I wouldn't want anything to be like. I still wouldn't want anything to be completely locked behind a paywall. Like, because with Fortnite, you've got the skins that come out like in the Fortnite store every day, that are locked behind a paywall, which like fair enough. But in a game like Battlefront, like, because it's Star Wars, I just really wouldn't want to see that. I wouldn't want to see skins completely locked behind a paywall, sort of thing like that, because I just don't. I mean, I don't mind it in Fortnite, but yeah, I wouldn't want to see it like that in a Battlefront game. I feel like lobbies are going to be a lot easier with it being free on Epic Games. Well, it's only obviously going to be easier if you play on PC, which I don't. So yeah, I mean, like, PC lobbies are going to be super easy, but yeah, obviously that's not going to have any impact on Xbox or PS4. What do you think the Ubisoft game will be like? They said they're going to make it where you can spend as much time as you want in the game, which makes me really feel like this game is going to be big. Yeah, oh, this is the thing, yeah, like, they were saying about, yeah, the Lucasfilm Games vice president, I think, was the one who said it. And he said that in open world games, you can spend like hundreds of hours in it, and that's what they want to do with this open world game that they're going to be making. So I hope there's loads of different things. Like, I hope there's just hundreds of side quests that you can do. Some maybe some quests repeatable, but other quests maybe not. Have like multiplayer, hopefully it's a multiplayer game as well. Like, I want to be able to play the story in single player, but then I really want to be able to have like multiplayer aspects as well, whether that's like GTA where you have a single player and then a complete online where you have your own like character and all that stuff, or whether you just create your own character, you play through like almost like The Division basically. There needs to be like repeatable events, almost like flashpoints and stuff like that from SWTOR. Stuff like that would be really cool to have. Big event stuff like that would be really good. Loads of side quests to do, repeatable missions that are fun to do as well. Maybe, like, if you have a ship or if you can buy like a speeder, then have like races with your speeders and stuff like that. Like, I don't know, there needs to be a lot you can do in this game, in this open world game, because they really should capitalize on it. I just got out of Takodan and I'm going back to it through GA. What fun. Alright. I think if they make a battle pass a way that if you buy one, you'll get the currency to buy the next one, which makes it better. Well, yeah, that's what every battle pass is like. Every battle pass in existence, as far as I'm aware, is like that. I mean, some might be a bit scummy and don't do that, but yeah, that's absolutely how it should and always be. But that's how it should always be. It happens in Fortnite. It happens in Call of Duty. It happens in Apex. Like, yeah, any game that has a battle pass system needs to give back the premium currency that people have, so that maybe, like, because this is the thing, in Fortnite you get, and I'm pretty sure even in Call of Duty as well, you get 1,500 of the premium currency. So I'll just use Fortnite for example. So with Fortnite, yeah, you get 1,000 and you get 1,500 you get 1,500 V-Bucks. So if let's say I buy the Battle Pass for 900, let's just say I have 950 V-Bucks, that's how much it costs to buy the Battle Pass. So at that point of purchase, I have no more V-Bucks. I then play through the Battle Pass, and then I get up to tier 100, which means I've now got 1,500. So 1,500 V-Bucks is the exact amount required to buy an epic skin from the Fortnite store. So I could either do that, or I could buy the next Battle Pass and have 550 left over, and then eventually I'll get to a point where in 3 Battle Passes time, I'll then be able to get I should essentially have saved up enough to be able to buy a skin from the Fortnite store without having to spend any money or anything like that. Stuff like that's really cool, and that's how it should always be, really. Because if you do something like that and you have a store, well, I mean, if you have a store, that will provide people with a bigger incentive to spend money, but I just don't really want that to be the case with a Battlefront game. Like, I just have a Battle Pass, yeah, and bring out new skins and cosmetics that aren't in the Battle Pass that can be unlocked via these new content updates, because it wouldn't just be Battle Passes that I really want to see. Like, Battle Passes would be great for cosmetic stuff, but you'd still have content updates where you add new maps and stuff like that. So in those updates, add cosmetics that you can just buy with your credits and stuff like that, or you can just pay them with real money. Like, do it that way, sure, but don't have it like a store like Fortnite does. Yeah, $10 a month would be like $120 a year, which is kind of too much. Well, no Battle Pass lasts a month anyway. Most Battle Passes typically last between 60 to 70 days on average. So it's more 2 months, so it's more $10 every 2 months, so it's more $60, which isn't so bad. No Battle Pass only lasts a month. I mean, even in Fall Guys, like the Fall Guys tiers still last like 60 to 70 days. AFE Master, hello there, hope you're doing well. Like a GTA Online type would be awesome. Plus, I want the world to be interactable like Red Dead, where you leave somewhere and you come back, it's like you missed something. Yeah, that would be really interesting. I mean, it depends on like the kind of stuff you can do in the game. Like, what kind of stuff would you maybe have missed? Like, I think what would be really cool is if there is like, I mean, maybe if you do have, maybe if it's in the original trilogy and like there's a village, yeah, and there's a village in the area you are. If you're in that village and then you leave, maybe you come back and it's been raided by the Empire or something. That would be really cool. Or you could just have these raids from stormtroopers and other things. That would be pretty sick. Is Battlefront 2 for sure free in Epic Games? Yeah, it was announced on Epic Games and everywhere about a week and a half ago, and it became free on Thursday, on Thursday 14th. So it's 100% free to play. Otherwise, I wouldn't say it is free to play, because it is. You can interact, have things like NPCs like in Red Dead. If you kill someone, if you kill one of their friends and family, you become enemies with you. Plus, you can become a sheriff in some towns in Red Dead. Okay, that's actually pretty sick. But yeah, I mean, it would be really interesting. The only thing with that is like you wouldn't really be able to do that in multiplayer stuff. Well, especially like if becoming a sheriff and stuff like that. You can't really do that in a multiplayer game, but it would be really cool to see in single player stuff for sure. Yeah, I mean, ultimately, it really depends, because there's so many factors to play in right now. All we know about this game... Oh, great, I don't want to play great. All we know about this game at the moment is that it's a story-driven open-world game. Story-driven can still be online and co-op like The Division, because The Division is a story-driven open-world game, and that is multiplayer co-op. So, yeah. So there are so many ways that you can go about doing it. There really are a lot of ways that can work ultimately. Endor. Oh, I played Endor a lot. Let's see what else we can get. Jakku, no, I've just played Sequel Trilogy a lot already. I played a lot of Hoth recently as well. Life is Pain. Yavin 4. I love Yavin 4. I will take it. Hope we get some news at E3 or other game conferences about the open world game. I'm sure we will. Like, the next big video game conference is, is EA Play, and then E3 should take. Well, normally what happens is EA Play happens, and then straight after EA Play is E3. I don't because they're going to be live events this year as well, I imagine. Then I'm not too sure what will happen with that. So, I don't know if they'll be pretty much at the same times, but they'll be in July. Yeah, maybe we could get some news from Ubisoft. Maybe maybe. Well, we could just have a whole segment from Lucasfilm Games, not just Ubisoft's with their open world game, but maybe just Lucasfilm Games in general. They could have a part of that. They'd already EA Play will get some announcements from EA and stuff like that. Oh, what a kill! Yeah, so we'll get some announcements from them in EA. And yeah, this is a thing. I completely agree with you. I don't I understand not knowing about certain things, but I don't want them to have they've just announced the game on Wednesday. So they announced the game 3-4 days ago. I don't want it to be another year until we hear anything, because I don't like that. I don't feel comfortable. If they have to do it that way, I understand NDAs exist and all that stuff, and they might not be ready to tell us anything, but it doesn't. Bruh, I defended that with my life. Bloody hell. Don't know how I survived for so long. Yeah, I don't like being left in the dark. To be honest, what I'd rather them do, instead of announcing it now and then, if we don't hear anything until E3, then fine. That's totally cool. It would kind of suck because I love hearing details, but that would suck if we didn't hear anything for 5 months, 6 months. But if we don't, then yeah, so be it. But what would be great is if we slowly get a few more details. It's in early development now, so we might not hear anything for a couple months, which is totally cool. But yeah, like you said, I don't want to be left in the dark, so I want to be able to hear, even if it's just minor details, maybe in maybe at E3 they're okay, well, this game isn't just yes, it's story driven, but maybe at that point they can confirm whether it's going to be multiplayer and single player, or whether it's just single player, or whether it's just multiplayer, or something like that. That would be amazing to hear at that point. They won't really have much else to show, to be fair, but that would be great. The thing is as well, though, is that the next Star Wars Celebration is going to be insane. There's no Star Wars Celebration this year. The next one is 2022 in Anaheim. But that's going to be absolutely mental. The amount of they can do so many panels about all the different TV shows that are coming out, and yeah, so many panels about all the TV shows that are kind of coming out. And oh wow, I shredded him. Woo. Hello. Yeah, loads of panels about the TV shows and films coming out, maybe new announcements, all the games, publishing stuff, like to books and comics. Like there's just the next EA Play, not EA Play, Star Wars Celebration is going to be ridiculous, and I'm hoping I can go there. I'm really hoping I can go, but we'll see. Right, he's just dead, so that's cool. Oh, there's an ATST, get away from me. No, no, come on. That was so good. I was on 24 kills. Oh, god damn it. Just couldn't get out of there. That's a shame. That is a real shame. And now he's playing as Luke. Should be me. But yeah, I mean, something to bear in mind as well, actually, is that when we got the article on the Lucasfilm website on Wednesday, like, it was confirmed that EA are working on a number of different games, and they will continue to keep making games on the Star Wars license, but also that the guy, the Douglas Riley, I think his name was, he confirmed that, yeah, so he's the vice president of Lucasfilm Games, I think, and he confirmed that this is just the beginning of what's going to be a very exciting year for Lucasfilm Games. So I think we're still, like, we've had these big announcements of multiple EA games in the works and the Ubisoft open world game, but we're still going to get some more announcements later this year. Like, it may not all be from, you know, it's not necessarily all going to be Star Wars related, but we could still very well see some more Star Wars game announcements this year. So yeah, so hopefully we'll see a lot more from that, which, if we do, it's just going to be absolutely insane, to be honest. It's all right, like, we're literally 2 weeks into the year, and we already have some of the best Star Wars news we've ever had with regards to gaming. So hopefully this year we can get even more announcements. Like, we still got Lego Star Wars to come out this year. We know a bit about the game, but we don't know, like, you know, it's not like we know everything about the game yet that we will know before launch. So in the next, should be coming out within the next, like, 4 or 5 months, really, because it's still spring 2021 release date. Yeah, it's still a spring 2021 release date, so we should be hearing a lot more about that game over the coming months. And then we have all these other Star Wars game details, so yeah, there really is a lot to be excited about this year, so it's gonna be very good. A bit of lag. Oh.
Look at that! Unidentified ally on site!
There we go.
They're trying to capture Lake.
Oh, there's a lot of them. Nice. Ow. Come on, come on, come on, come on, come on. Nice. There he is. Pretty good. Lovely stuff.
We're getting Jedi support. Luke Skywalker is here.
No. Get off me. Damn it. Oh, God. Oh, kill. Whoa, 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 whoa. La la la. New Lego Star Wars looks really good. I might get it. Oh, I'm 100% getting it. I'm 100% getting it. it's gonna be the biggest, and I mean it's gonna be the biggest and best Lego game we've ever had so far. But yeah, like there's gonna be so much stuff, like 800 playable characters in the game, like 800 unique playable characters, which is an absolutely ridiculous amount. 23 playable 23 like locations and like planets and 23 planets and moons with 28 locations, which is crazy. 45 missions in total, but a lot of stuff that's in the films can be done in the open world. So 5 missions may not sound like a lot, because in the other Lego games we had 6 per film. But it's a case of yeah, it's a case of you can do, well, you know, maybe like when Luke and Obi-Wan go to Mos Eisley, you know, summer 2016 was the last time we got one with Lego Force Awakens. Before that was Lego Star Wars, which 3 The Clone Wars, which is a while before, like way before. So, and like Lego Star Wars The Force Awakens visually looks awesome. It's a really fun and great looking Lego game. So yeah, like getting Lego Star Wars The Skywalker Saga, like the full 9 films, just the ultimate Lego Star Wars game is going to be crazy. Oh my god, why am I lagging? Jesus. Bet you're regretting that no Battlefront 3 hasn't been teased now. No, not at all, because it hasn't been teased. In no way do I regret that video. Because, well, I mean, even if I did regret the video, I don't know why I would, because it got 2.5k views and a bunch of subs, so I can't complain. Like, the video did sick for the channel, so there's no way I'd regret it anyway. But, no, I mean, I don't regret it whatsoever. The announcement of more EA games coming and the license expanding does not in any way say no. It's like, that doesn't, I mean, sure, that means that maybe we could see a Battlefront 3 anyway, but that was the case anyway. It doesn't change anything, so no, I don't regret it whatsoever. And the thing is, though, I don't know why I would regret it, because that whole "it hasn't been teased" was in response to that tweet regarding, like, that GIF that Peter Vesti tweeted. And Peter Vesti himself actually came out on Monday or Tuesday confirming that it was not a tease and that people just like to speculate, and he just chose it randomly. So, you know, I feel very smug is the right phrase, because because a lot of people are like, oh my god, no, it's been teased. I believe it's been teased because of that GIF, and then it's like, I was like, no, it's not. And then wait, yeah. Yeah, so it's just like, so sorry, I completely lost my thought there. Yeah, so everyone was like, oh, I think it's been teased and all that stuff, and some people actually like fully had arguments with me about how it's been teased and all that stuff, and then Peter Vesti confirms that it's not a tease, and it's like, boom. AVH, hello. I love killing your team. I'm in your game, and my friend is just Andert. You are so good. Thank you. Appreciate it. Send me a friend request. But if you both send me a friend request, then we can just get into the party, so we can ensure we're on the same team and just dominate the opposition. Do it, if you wish. I mean, you don't have to, but can almost guarantee there will be more support for Battlefront 2 or 3 relatively soon. I was just messing around. Well, no, I mean, like that. I mean, that's fair. I mean, with the amount of, I mean, there won't be anything soon. And it also depends on how soon is soon, really. Because if you mean like within the next couple of months, then there's no chance. But maybe in like, maybe once Battlefield 6 has come out, and they're like, okay, maybe yeah, because the amount of players coming in from Epic Games, you know, with the game being free on Epic Games, the amount of players coming to the game is absolutely ridiculous. They've upscaled their servers, which they've never had to do, if I'm not mistaken. So it's just, yeah, maybe like they'll see that and they'll be like, right, okay, well, maybe. But this is the thing. I don't think they just like suddenly bring back support for this game. I mean, to be honest, they probably could actually. Really, I don't think they would, but they could. But we actually had a whole conversation about this towards the beginning of the stream, where maybe you relaunch Battlefront 2. So instead of making a Battlefront 3, you essentially relaunch Battlefront 2 with an overhauled progression system, monetization system, and all these other things. You launch it free to play, so it's essentially the same game, but you add more content to it and stuff like that. You know, I think the amount of players coming to the game should really provide EA a statement. So I'm really hoping that we will get a Battlefront at some point, but it won't be. I don't think it'll be anytime soon whatsoever. Mystical Dante, good to see you. Hope you're doing well. I'm pretty sure this year there'll be at least news, if not Battlefront 2 content, PS5 edition of Battlefront 2 or something. Because the thing is, like, Battlefield 6, or whatever they end up calling it, will release in... Well, it's releasing later this year. It'll probably be around November time. That is my guess. So, I'm not going to expect anything... I mean, I'm not going to expect anything Battlefront at all, like, for years and years. Like, I think we probably will see a Battlefront 3 of some description in the future. I just don't think it'll be anytime soon. But like, unless they actually come out and say, yeah, okay, we're gonna come back and we're gonna make some more Battlefront content. Like, if they actually go and say that, incredible. But I'm not gonna go into like another year or two expecting that. A next gen update, a next gen update at the bare minimum would be really nice. Like, if they boosted it so that you could maybe play at like 120 FPS and stuff like that. Would be cool. Hi, hello there, hope you're doing well. TD, good to see you as well. You can really tell there are noobs on PC. Dude, you really can. Like, I mean, my laptop... Well, I've always been saying that my laptop can't run Battlefront 2 that well, and I'm always having problems. And to be fair, I am in its current state. But that's actually... Like, the laptop I have should actually be able to run Battlefront 2 at ultra settings and everything, like, with no issues. When you actually just like open your laptop and turn it on for the first time in your homes and you're like literally on your desktop, what is that on? Because when I literally so the only specs I know Frostbite is it's an Intel Core i7 8th gen processor. It's GeForce GTX 1050 Ti and 8 gig RAM. Because, yeah, I mean, like, I wasn't using VSync before, but I turned that on yesterday, and that did improve. An issue that I was having, actually, was that, yeah, a big issue that I was having as well is something that I can't actually remember. I've got the digital edition of the PS5. Dengar is ported from Battlefront 1 and Wedges from Squadrons. Nice. It'll be a RAM issue then if you only have 8 gig. On my old PC, RAM usage was really high and I only had 8 gig. Yeah, this is the thing. Like, when I was speaking with Ethan, so Danger Cat and Sage and Boomstick, some of the Wayfinder lads, I was talking with them yesterday, and they... GN, thank you very much for Super Chat, dude. Much appreciated. What you got there? Drumstick? Nice. Much appreciated, GN. Thank you very much, dude. Let's get some love for GN in the chat, please. Yeah, I'm not a specialist. Oh, well. So I was talking with them yesterday, and yeah, they were basically saying like, why the hell is your RAM usage so high? And I was showing them everything through Task Manager, and like they were like, this is not right. This can't be right. So. And this is the thing, like, I tried doing, like, a complete restart of my laptop as well, like, a couple weeks ago, and it didn't work. Like, yeah, I tried to do a complete restart of my laptop, and it didn't work. Like, it literally came up saying there was a problem, but it doesn't say what the problem is or what I can do to fix it, and there's just, yeah, I just honestly had no idea what to do, so... I'm really hoping I can either just solve the issue, or yeah, I'm really hoping I can either just try and solve the issue with them today. Otherwise, I'll just have to like put up with it and just wait to get a PC, really. Because when I get a PC, I want to get 32 gig RAM. Ideally, like I want to go like all out for it, really. I mean, I know I could go like fully all out and go 64, but I don't really feel like I need 64 gig. 32 will do fine. No, it won't. 32 will do fine. No, it won't. You think you're some Jedi? Hmm? Mind tricks don't work on me, guys. Only money. When is your goal to get a PC? It'll probably be like September, October this year. I was kind of thinking maybe like April time, but that's not particularly realistic. Yeah, I don't think that's particularly realistic. So my yeah, so my ideal plan is September, October, really. At that point, I'll have saved up a lot more money from work. Yeah, I'll have saved up a lot more money from work. I would have had more student loan come in from university, so that I should hopefully have a decent amount of money so that I can actually be able to splash out on a new, like, beefy, like, proper beefy PC, so...
Perhaps I've misjudged the situation.
Oh, I was trying to be, like, all Jedi and just try and figure it out. Depends on my budget, though. Yeah, I mean, it does depend on the budget. The budget, like... Well, honestly, I'm not really too worried about... I'm not too worried about a budget, but somewhere between two... I'm expecting it to be around 2 to 2.5 grand. Around that. Like, some of the PCs that I've tried I've entered giveaways for through, like, whether it's, like, Westy with, like, the brand... You know, I've entered a giveaway from Westy and, like, Tell Me 2999 recently, like, in December, and they... The PCs they had is similar. The PCs they were giving away was actually very similar to a PC that I would want to build, and they were the PCs were worth about 2 grand. So I'm expecting it to be around that. Damn it. Yeah, TD, I'm the same. Like, I know, like, you know, I know a couple things that are good, but I don't necessarily know everything about them, and I don't know, like, all the inner workings of all these things and how to solve massive technical issues and stuff like that. Like, I wish I did, honestly, but I don't at the moment, so it's definitely something I'm going to try and work on, but right now it's not something I'm that familiar with, sadly. Oh, for God's sake. Where was I? Yeah, the open world game. Yeah, I just want, yeah, I want so much information on that. I mean, it's still very early development, so it's still like 3-4 years away. But yeah, I just want, like, just all these little nuggets of information. I just want it so bad. But I mean, this is the thing. Whilst we don't have any information about it other than single player, sorry, not single player, other than story-driven open world game, that's all we really know about the game at the moment. So, and obviously that it's Star Wars. So, it's good for me because it just gives me so much to speculate, which I'm going to be doing. Like next Friday, I've got a video coming out next Friday, which I'm going to be doing, which is talking about what era I want the game to be set in and why. And all these other things. Like I've got lots of ideas for it, so yeah. You can get a damn good PC for that amount. I assume you're interested in RTX stuff. Yeah, I mean, I'm thinking of, you know, I was thinking of getting like the 3080 card, like the NVIDIA 3080, or the new. Well, I mean, ultimately it depends on what's better. Like I was thinking of getting like the AMD is cheaper than Intel and Nvidia, I think, and AMD especially are proving to be better than Intel with their CPUs and cheaper. So I'm probably going to get an AMD CPU, but then the GPU, it'd either be the Nvidia like 3080 or like the newer AMD card, like whatever is better, like, and cheaper, I guess. But yeah. Do you know if Battlefront 2 Celebration Edition free for just this 2 weeks? And does it cost for the next 2 weeks, or is it totally free? So it's not 2 weeks, it's only 1 week. So it's January 14th to January 31st. If you get the game for free now, like, you don't obviously have to download it, you can just add it to your library, but that will be free for you to keep. But after January 21st, it will cost money, and I think it costs normally like $35.99 on the Epic Game Store. So if you miss out, if you don't even add it to your library within these next like 5 days, then you'll have to pay for it on Epic Games. Yeah, GN, I was thinking of probably building it myself. Because I think it's just good experience. I mean, whilst I don't really know too much about it like now, I think it'd be really good. It's just good experience to have, to be honest. If I can actually like build my own PC and I know how to actually build a PC and put it together and all that stuff. I just feel like that's a good skill to have, and I'd love to do that. So yeah. Yeah. So as TD says, if you claim it, you'll have it forever. You want it to be set in the Clone Wars era. That's understandable. I mean, I haven't really thought too much into why. Like, I want it to be bounty hunter in original trilogy era. Like, that's just something I've always wanted. Like, I love the fact, I love the. I feel like the Empire being this big oppressive faction. It'd be really good. I feel like it'd be a really good time period to be set in, especially if you're like, maybe you're a bounty hunter in the Outer Rim or something. Like, you could be hired by the Empire to take down some important rebellion figure, or just other stuff. Yeah, no worries, AFE, no worries, dude. AMD have really stepped up their game. I have the 3700X, and even with this CPU, I'm very happy. Their newer CPUs are much better for both gaming and productivity. Because, well, yeah, this is the thing. Like, I'm not going to be just like, I don't want to like got PS5 and I'll mainly play games on this, but I still want to like play some game. I'm really lagging horribly. I still want to play like games on the PC. Like when Valorant came out last year, I really enjoyed that. So I'd love to have a PC and play games like Valorant, or play these games on play these games on those, on the PC with other friends and other people. But it's not just playing games, like, it's also going to be for content creation, whether it's that stuff in whether it's YouTube related, like Premiere and all the Adobe software, or whether I'm making my own virtual production and like Unreal Engine animation story for a video, or whether it's just actual university work on game development stuff, whether I'm in Maya or Unreal and doing stuff for uni. Like, that's what I want. In Clone Wars era, you can have characters like Cad Bane in it. Imagine being on a mission with Aura Singh. That would be pretty cool, to be fair. Like, I also like Tobias Beckett is the, obviously a character in Solo is actually the person who killed Aura Singh. So I'd love to, like, not necessarily in the open world game, but just at some point, I think that would be a really cool story to have in Star Wars, like whether it's a comic or something. One of my mates keeps going on about how our school computers have Intel i2s. Well, yeah, this is like a lot of. That's the thing. Like, school computers don't really need to be anything massively fancy, because all you're doing at school, realistically, is like Microsoft Word and PowerPoint and all that stuff. Like, you don't need anything insane. Like the PC well, I mean, I haven't worked in like a year because I'm on furlough, but you know, the PCs we had at work and what do have at work is, you know, is only Intel i3, so yeah, I mean, that's the thing. Like, if it was Clone Wars setting, I mean, yeah, maybe they could. Well, Aura Singh could very well have died in like the original trilogy era, like Galactic Civil War era, for all we know, like when the Empire was around. That's what I see. That's what I think is the most likely thing. So they could, but it wouldn't have. It would have to be like Galactic Civil War period. But this is the thing. I wouldn't necessarily have it where the. Oh god. I wouldn't when I say I'd love it in the original trilogy era, I genuinely just mean Galactic Civil War in general. So it could be between the time period of, you know, it could be like 15 years, you know, 4 years after episode 4, 4 years after episode 3, sorry, but 10 years, you know, 15 years before episode 4. Like, there's so many years and time periods that I think would be best. Like, I absolutely agree. Like, my favorite era is the Clone Wars era, just because of all the large-scale battles and everything like that. Like, I love the Clone Wars, but I feel like for a bounty hunter game, like, it would definitely be best in a Galactic Civil War setting, personally. We don't know if Cad Bane died, do we? He could be in the original trilogy era. Well, Boba Fett, like in the unfinished episodes of Clone Wars, Boba Fett killed Cad Bane. Like, Cad Bane's the one who put the dent in Boba's helmet, and Boba killed Cad Bane in that unfinished episode. I'm pretty sure they're canon. So yeah, Cad Bane died at the hands of Boba Fett, I'm pretty sure. I don't know if that is like fully canon or not though. Solo was 9 years after Revenge of the Sith, right? I think so, yeah. 10 BBY? Kind of rings a bell.
Secure the throne room before reinforcements arrive. Naboo will fall to the Separatist army.
Oh wow, we're pushing up away. That's my bad. Thought it was comics. No, it was unfinished episodes of the Clone Wars. But even if it was comics, that would still be canon then. Because those comics would have come out when Disney were in charge and stuff. Yeah, see, now, but do we know if he died? Yeah, he did. It was stated that he died in that. Ooh, Darth Maul. Oh, hello, Annie can. If no one can do it, Annie can. Hilarious. Oh, we don't know, but he probably is. I thought we did know it, to be honest, but I could be wrong. I thought it was literally the case of they shot at each other. Yeah, I thought it was just a simple case of they shot each other. Cad Bane was obviously aiming for the head, but obviously it went for... But it just caused a dent in his helmet, and then simply Boba just killed him because Cad Bane's got no armor. Come on. No. Boy. Damn it. Oh. Right, so obviously we had the announcement of the Ubisoft game, open world, all that stuff, and we know that we're getting more announcements this year of hopefully other Star Wars games. I mean, obviously just more stuff coming from Lucasfilm Games, but you know, we should be seeing more Star Wars game announcements this year, I think. So what do you like, you know, what games do you want to see from them? Because I mean, the two games I'm like, my three biggest like games that I want, the three games I want to see the most from anyone. Oh, sorry. Well, first one was open world bounty hunter game. Obviously, this Ubisoft game might not even be about bounty hunters. It could be It could be about absolutely anything. Hopefully it's about bounty hunters, but my dream is an open world Star Wars bounty hunter game. The open world Star Wars bit so far so good, but we'll see how the rest of we'll see how that pans out. But that's looking good at the moment. Next one is a tactical shooter, so something like so Obi-Wan, you might like this idea. So my second bit, like the second game I want the most, honestly, is a tactical shooter set in the Clone Wars era. So I'd essentially want it to be the reboot of the Republic Commando series. So it would have a brand new original single player story that actually follows the, so it would almost be like it wouldn't be a remaster of Republic Commando, but it would essentially be like a reboot. Yeah, like I want it to actually tell the canon story of Delta Squad, because obviously Republic Commando, the game, the story's not canon. So I'd love to actually be able to know what the story is of Delta Squad through maybe, throughout the duration of the Clone Wars. Maybe I think that would be a really cool single player story to have. But then it actually has a multiplayer as well, where it's a tactical shooter. So for the Republic, so no, not like COD. It would be more like Rainbow Six. So more Rainbow Six Siege. So it's not just a first-person shooter; it's a tactical shooter. So it's like it's 5v5. You have like the hostage situation, or you have to blow up you have to blow something up. So in a way, it's kind of like Strike, but not as you don't respawn and all that stuff. So yeah, but no, like full-on tactical shooter. So it's 5v5 for the Republic. You have different operators. You could play as a Republic Commando, maybe an ARC Trooper, or a Clone Commander. So yeah, I mean, like Bad Batch could maybe be in it or something. And then like for the Separatists, you could play as for the Separatists, you could play as a BX series Commando droid, a super tactical droid maybe as well, and an IG Lancer Assassin droid. So so basically like IG-11 from Mando, like that kind of droid. That's my second like Dream Styles game. I think that would be, I mean, as cool as it would be to be focused in all eras, and I'd love to see that. I think that I'd like to see that more just focused on the prequel era, to be honest. And yeah, that would be my ideal game. And then I really want to see. So my third game then is a pod racing game. I really want to see like a proper racing game. Yeah, I'd love to see an actual like proper racing game as well. Like that would be awesome. Oh come on! I missed every single shot there. Jesus Christ. I'm gonna play some 2v2 now. Have a nice stream. No worries, dude. Thanks for playing. Thanks for stopping by. Hopefully we'll see you again soon. It's funny how people think EA won't be making Star Wars games. Oh, dude, I don't understand that. Like, I don't understand. Like, when Lucasfilm Games was announced, like people were like, oh, it's the end of EA Star Wars. But then, yeah, so people were like, oh, it's the end of EA Star Wars, even though it's like, what? No, it's obviously not. And then, yeah, the announcement of this Ubisoft game and more games to come or to be announced later this year. Yeah, so many people are still like, oh, it's the end of EA Star Wars, and it's like, no, it's really, really not. Like EA have been confirmed. EA themselves have come out saying it, and Lucasfilm have said it themselves. But they have multiple games in the works. So anyone who says that EA Star Wars is no more is dumb and just needs to get their facts straight, honestly. Yeah, I mean, like, I don't really know. Like, I'm actually really... Because the thing is, Obi-Wan, like, an open-world bounty hunter game is genuinely the game I've been wanting a game like that for so many years now. Like, it's always been a thing that I want to see. Similar to GTA and Red Dead 2. But I think that's why it's been something that so many people want, is because they've played GTA, they've played Red Dead, and they're like, imagine this but Star Wars, like how cool would that be? That's why I think so many people want it. So yeah, I mean, I've played awful this game, bloody hell. I'm not hitting any snipes today. This is not okay. My favorite reinforcements is probably, I don't know, I kind of want to say the Republic Command. Like, it's either the Republic Commando, the Commando Droid, or the Sith Trooper, I'd say. Probably the Commando Droid or the Commando, I'd say. They're like my two favorite. Boy, die. You will die. Bruh. That sucks. Don't think they can read or listen properly. No, it's so stupid. I mean, another issue as well, though, I think, is that so many people think that well, so many people will just believe anything that's put on YouTube as well. Like, if I made a video saying that EA are not, or if I make a game saying that Naughty Dog are going to be making a single player Star Wars game, then some people will believe that, and they won't second guess what I said. They'll just like instantly think that, oh my god, Naughty Dog are making a game. Holy crap, this is amazing. And yeah, they won't second guess it. They'll just be like all hyped up, and you know. And that's the thing. Like, that's why it's so frustrating about so many people clickbaiting and making really like stupid like assumptions and comments and stuff. It's really annoying. And that's the thing, as a channel on YouTube who especially provides news, like, you have that responsibility. Like, you want to like get people to click and watch as much of your content, obviously, but like, it's just, yeah, you have a responsibility to provide accurate and good information. So if people are like, oh, EA Star Wars are no more, then like, you're not doing what you should. I mean, it's more you might want to say or might want to believe, but that's not the actual factual information. They should remake SWTOR, but not as an MMORPG thing. How would you do it instead? See, that's like, I'd love a game like SWTOR, but like on consoles. You know, whether it's, I mean, it would be great if, I mean, 'cause, well, it's worth mentioning actually that like, I don't think Lucasfilm are going to want to go anywhere near the Old Republic right now. I'm not going to say that. I don't know how, honestly. I'm not even going to try. But welcome to the stream. Oh, where was I? Yeah, I don't think Lucasfilm are going to go anywhere near the Old Republic yet. They've just started the High Republic, so I think they're going to really want to flesh that out first. How am I not hitting anything? I literally hit him in the body. What?
Someone's helping us out.
That's mad. All the same but different combat. Okay, so it would still be an MMORPG then. It's not the combat system that makes it an MMORPG. So if you want it completely the same game, just different combat, that would still be an MMORPG. I get what you're saying though, like the whole like abilities. You know, you press like 1, 2, or 3, or whatever, like on your board, and then it's just like, yeah, I know what you mean in terms of that. That would be nice though. Like, I'd love to see a game, like SWTOR, but for consoles, and yeah, I mean, I'd love to see it be set in the Old Republic, but like I said, they're not going to be touching the Old Republic for a very long time. So, yeah, we'll see. I mean, hopefully they do at some point, but I'm not going to expect it anytime soon. Right, I really want to try. I can clearly get kills, so why can I not hit a single snipe? Like, and when I even hit some snipes, it didn't even kill. Like, what the hell is up with that? Yeah, I know what you mean. I know what you mean. I agree. That's the only thing I dislike about games like that is just you have all of these like different abilities, and yeah, it's just they've never been like I love SWTOR, but yeah, the whole combat side of things isn't like my favorite. Awesome Burger, good to see you. Hope you're doing well. Big time for Star Wars these days, huh? Dude, it really is. They did something really cool, to be honest. Teaming up with Ubisoft and Lucasfilm games have come back. Yeah, it's the best decision they could have made, honestly. Like, EA have done really good work with Star Wars games so far. It's just there's a lack of them. Like, the games they've made are really good, but there just isn't enough of them. But so, you know, so teaming up with well, so opening the doors to other developers and essentially having it all through one main like Lucasfilm Games like division, that is the best decision they could have made, because we're still going to be getting like high quality Star Wars games from EA and other companies, but because we're getting games from other companies as well, it's like we'll be able to start seeing more and more Star Wars games. So yeah, wow, this game has genuinely been trash. I apologize. Alright, but I can still be Luke. I've played awful, but I can still play as a hero. Pretty much sums up Battlefront, honestly. I keep forgetting about like all the different skins as well. Like since PS5, I just haven't updated, or I haven't like just changed my skin for anything. Oh wow. Oh, hello.
System is failing.
You're down, lovely. Who do you want to make a Star Wars game? I was thinking Rockstar would be cool. They have a good formula. Yeah, I've been asked this quite a lot actually over the last couple of days, which is, I mean, understandable, but I've never thought too much about who I want to make a Star Wars game, just more what Star Wars games I want to see. I mean, yeah, like I'd love to see Rockstar make a Star Wars game just because it could be like GTA but Star Wars, and I would love that. Yeah, and honestly, I'd love that so much. I really want to see Codemasters make a pod racing game, and I mean, even like EA are in the process of acquiring Codemasters, so like Take-Two the other day actually pulled out of the running for that, so EA should definitely be acquiring Codemasters within the next few couple months. So even if the license wasn't expanding beyond EA, like I would love to have seen them make a pod racing game, and the fact that the license is opening up and they're going to be part of EA, like I feel like that should make it even more possible for that to happen. Like, so yeah, I mean 100% I really want Codemasters to make a pod racing game. Like honestly, I'd love it to be like, I mean, someone said about it being like Sammy Boy, I think, as in like the Sammy Boy. Yeah, he said like in the chat, not actual like YouTuber Sammy Boy. Yeah, he said he wants a pod racing game similar to Gran Turismo. I mean, I honestly just want it to be something like, yeah, I want it to be like a proper pod racing, like racing sim sort of thing, really. Like, I really enjoy the Formula 1 games from Codemasters, and there is a lot, you know, there's a lot you can do with a pod racing game, and you could have it like it's so, I mean, like Squadrons is an in-depth like space combat game, and I really want to see something like that but for pod racing. So, you know, you have components that can like increase your top speed, but it maybe lowers your acceleration slightly. So yes, okay, you've got a higher top speed, but you get there a bit slower, or you're, which kind of sounds a bit crappy to be honest, but you know, maybe you have a component for your maybe you have a component that makes your engines faster, but so you have like, so you you know, you go faster, but your turn rate is slower. So yeah, that's essentially how I'd like to do it. To avoid confusion between me and Soundboy, you can call me Sam. All right, sweet. I will do that. Giovanni, good to see you. Hope you're doing well. So yeah, like I'd want to see it like where it has a component system where you can alter your pod racer in, you know, many different ways, customize it, have different pod racers, or maybe like there's that, or you could kind of go a different route and go sort of like Mario Kart where you've got like multiple different pod racers. Like don't have like, I wouldn't necessarily, I mean, to be honest, like you could make a pod racing game like Mario Kart. I mean, if you look at Subol, like the way Subulba races and he like cheats and stuff like that, like you could easily make that into a Mario Kart like game, which I think would be a ton of fun actually. But if that was the case, you could have loads of famous characters from Star Wars in that, and then have multiple different pod races. All they have, you know, they all have different stats and stuff like that. I think that could be really cool. Like there are different ways you could go about it. But yeah. By the way, I just want to say that your thumbnails look really good, so make sure to keep that up. Channel looking really good, looking very good with all those thumbnails. Thank you very much, DN. I really appreciate that because like I've always been not great with thumbnails. Like if you like before before Fire Blue came to the channel for a couple months. Well, because for those of you like didn't know, for a good, I kind of want to say for a good year or so, to be honest, but it probably wasn't actually. I think it was like for a good like 8 months or so, FinFet was doing my thumbnails, and then I stopped. Like he was really busy and stuff like that, and I wasn't really making a huge amount of videos, so I basically just stopped bothering him because you know, he had loads of other stuff happening as well. So it was just like, so I did them myself for a bit, and some of the thumbnails are just not great. They're like really typical. It looks like I just started making thumbnails and stuff like that, and they're just not great. And then Fire Blue took over, and then they were looking really good through that. And then for the last like, well, pretty much since Squadrons has come out, it's mostly been me doing the thumbnails the whole time because yeah, I mean, to be fair, I just haven't asked him to really, but yeah, I've been trying to do it all myself at the moment because I feel like it, you know, it's good for me if I do. So yeah, I've been really like enjoying doing them, and yeah, I'm really happy with some of them as well. Like some of the thumbnails that are coming out in like future videos that I have on the channel as well. Like I think are still some of my like best thumbnails, to be honest. Like some of them look really, really cool, so I'm looking forward to that. Yeah, I appreciate that, GM. I liked Gran Turismo Sport when you can tune your car. Yeah, I mean, you've always been able to do that with Gran Turismo, I'm pretty sure, or at least the two I've played. Because I got Gran Turismo Sport, and then I had Gran Turismo 6 as well. And yeah, like tuning your car on that is, I mean, I never really did tune my car that much, to be honest, like at all, really. Had awful, Gran Turismo had awful car customization, but it's a sim, so it's kind of understandable. Yeah, I mean, Gran Turismo Sport is a bit better with the customization because it is more on the like, because it's Gran Turismo Sport, it has a bigger focus on more like other motor racing stuff, more, you know, stuff like there are loads of, I mean, I know Gran Turismo had loads of GT3, GT4 cars and stuff anyway, but I just feel like the game has a bit more of a focus on that stuff now. So yeah, I mean, the car customization was never like insane with Gran Turismo, but yeah, as you say, it is a sim, so it's not like, it's not really to be expected. But yeah, like I'd love to see them do, I'd love to see Codemasters do an in-depth like pod racing sim. Master Spartan, good to see you, bud. Hope you're doing well. I'll probably make this my last game as well for the day. Damn it. It's S5, yeah. He's using the pew pew. Not a massive fan of Gran Turismo, I prefer Crew or Need for Speed. Well, the thing is, they're totally different. Like, they're so different. Like, yeah, they're racing games, but they're very different. Like, Gran Turismo is like, you know, it's a racing sim, you know, it's always pretty much like 3-lap races and stuff like that. That's it. Whereas Need for Speed and The Crew are like open world, and they actually kind of have a story to it. So yeah, I mean that's totally fair though. Like, I mean I love Gran Turismo, and I haven't actually played it in a while, but yeah, I really enjoyed that. The Crew was great though. I don't think I actually really finished The Crew 1, but I played it a little bit. I've played a decent amount of Crew 2 as well. So yeah, and I really like The Crew, and yeah, Need for Speed. I mean, I've not really played much Need for Speed over the last few years, to be honest. I've not really been too bothered, but I'm excited to see the next one from Criterion. But yeah, I mean, the good thing is though, yeah, you clearly very much enjoy The Crew, and the guy who was the creative director for The Crew is the creative director for the Ubisoft open world Star Wars game, so that is pretty. It's good that he's had all this experience with The Crew and The Division, and he's bringing that to the table with this open world game. Yeah, no, of course, yeah, I get you. Yeah, like the thing with racing sims is, yeah, as you say, like they do feel quite slow. Like it says you're going really fast, but they do feel quite slow and a bit clunky in a way. So yeah, I totally get that. But the thing is though, like, as you know, as much as I say I'd love like an in-depth, you know, almost pod racing sim, you know, I want them, you know, to completely avoid the clunky, slow feel to it, because it's pod racing as well. Like, it's the fastest racing in the galaxy, so you want it to be like super fast, and you want the high speed, high impact kind of crashes and stuff like that. And you know, you kind of do want an arcadey feel to it, but I just want, like, the only thing that really needs to be in depth, to be honest, is just like a component system. Really, that's all I think. Like, obviously there's no like power management to worry about like in Squadrons, but just have a component system where you can tune and customize your pod racer by having these different components and stuff like that, you know. Should have a great map then, at least. Yeah, I mean, the thing with The Crew, I think the thing with The Crew that a lot of people didn't like about it, I think, and same, I mean, this is just from what I've heard, is that people didn't really enjoy The Crew and Division too much, was like because there wasn't too much to do in the game, like in the open world, really. I mean, with The Crew 2 at least, like, it's pretty much just you have all of these events that you can do, and then that's pretty much it as far as I'm aware. I mean, yeah, okay, you can drive across America and stuff, which is awesome, but it's a lot of just driving and stuff, really. So then again, like, you know, there's not really a massive amount you could really do with the driving game anyway. Division, I can't really, I mean, I think people still complain about Division not having a huge amount to do, but I'm not really too sure, because I haven't really played Division that much. Like, me and my brother actually downloaded the Division 2 and started playing that together a bit, so to be honest, I'd love to actually play that a bit more and then just see how that game really works out and stuff, because I think that would make for some good content for the Ubisoft open world game, really. Considering it's being made by the same studio as the Division, it would be really good to try and get some ideas from that and stuff, really. Either way though, yeah, like, I'm super excited to see what the map is like, whether it's just on one planet or there's multiple planets you can explore. Like, that's what I'm really excited to see as well. Like, I'm hoping, like, I'd rather, instead of having one huge open world on one planet, I would rather see it, I'd rather see like 3 planets with smaller open worlds than one planet with one big open world, to be honest. Like, the 3 smaller open worlds would still be like big, but not in comparison to the one that it could be. Yeah, like, multiple planets would be the best, I think. Do you remember the pit lane glitch in GT Sport? No, I honestly, like, when I say I like Gran Turismo, and I played Gran Turismo 6 quite a lot, but I've played very little in comparison for Gran Turismo Sport, honestly.
So the lighting in that is
Oh god. Shocking. Yeah, like, I mean, this is the thing, it doesn't have to be like 10 different planets all with like smaller hubs, because I think that would be ridiculous, to be honest. Like, that would not be good. Like, more isn't always good. Like, less is more sometimes. Like, if you have, I think 3 planets, I think 3 planets really would probably be enough. Like, if you have 3 planets, completely different biomes, like, one's maybe like a desert biome, one is an urban environment, you know, maybe it's just like Coruscant, Tatooine, and something else, I don't know. Yeah, see, this is the thing, Fallen Order is an open world game, but it's very linear in that, you know, you are very much forced into that one, especially when it comes to the story, like, you're pretty much forced to go into those kind of areas, like, you have to be in those places, and, you know, it's like you get to the place, but then there's only like 3 paths that you can take, or maybe it's one path for a while, and then you have, yeah, like, it could be just one path for a while, but then you have a second one that then happens. It's like one path splits into 2, which then maybe go into, and then maybe that's it. But with this like open world game, I want it to be like it's open world, but it's linear exploration, not like non-linear, and that's what we need really with this open world. Like, I want there to be like a landing pad, and instead of going from that landing pad in just one direction, you should be able to go in all directions from that landing pad. And then, like, if I head, you know, if I come out of the landing pad and I go straight on, maybe I'll end up going to, like, a cantina or something where there's, like, some guy who can give quests and stuff. Or, instead of that, I'll end up, or instead of going straight on, I'll come out and I'll go around the back of the landing pad, and then I'll go out into the Dune Sea or something if it's on Tatooine, you know? We'll see. I mean, I think it definitely will be non-linear exploration and everything like that, like we hope it is, because, well, I mean, The Division has always been that way. Yeah, I mean, The Division's like that, The Crew's like that, and they said it, like, the guy who works at Lucasfilm, the vice president of Lucasfilm said that they want to go with this, like, they want to go with this non-linear exploration kind of thing, so, so yeah, I think they didn't say that, sorry, they wanted to, like, they said they want to be able to, like, players to be able to spend, like, hundreds of hours in these open world games, so, yeah, I think we definitely will see, like, a proper non-linear thing. Because to be fair, like, Fallen Order was never branded as, like, as an open world, like, game. It's, you know, it's a single player action adventure game. It wasn't ever branded as fully open world. So now that we actually have a game that is being branded straight away off the bat as an open world game, then I would very much expect to see, you know, big non-linear exploration and everything like that, really. Wait, am I still the... I am, I don't want to do that. I don't want to be doing that anymore. Yeah, exactly. Fallen Order is a single-player action-adventure game. I mean, yeah, it's got open-world elements. Like, it is open world, but it's very linear, and that's the thing. Like, it's great. Like, I love that it has open world to it, but it's not But yeah, as we said, it's an action adventure game. It's not branded as an open world game, but whereas this Ubisoft game is branded straight away as a story driven open world game. So yeah, we should, you know, I'm expecting to see like a big map, non-linear, like The Crew, like The Division and all that stuff. So we should be in a good, I think we should be in a good spot.
Resorting to bounty hunting now. Bosk is here.
Bosk is here. Oh no. I'm actually taking this place now as well. Oh, you're joking. Oh, bloody hell. Hakim. Really hope the open world game is a bounty hunter game. Yeah, so do I, Spikey. I mean, if it's not, then like that's not the end of the world. But well, I mean, because this like the main thing I want, obviously, yeah, is an open world bounty hunter game. If it's not bounty hunter related and it's something completely different, then like I'm sure it's still good. You know, I'm sure it'll still be very good. And obviously, I'm not going to be. You know, if the game comes out and it's incredible, like, and it's not bounty hunter, then I'm not going to be disappointed because I'm going to be loving the game. But yeah, I'll still be there thinking like, damn, like I wonder what an open world bounty hunter game would be like. It'll probably be light side though. Well, like that's the thing. Like if it is, yeah, I mean this is the thing. If it is an open world game, looking at all the games we have got so far, and just in general, like I feel like an open world game just it suits the bounty hunter profession so well. Like it's like an open world game is the perfect game for a bounty hunter. And considering people have been asking for an open world bounty hunter game for so long, I feel like it's definitely something they're going to be giving. Because like they even like in one of the either in the Wired article or the Lucasfilm article, they acknowledge the fact that people have been asking for something like this for years. So yeah. This game mode is annoying. There's so many heroes you can't do anything unless you're a hero. Well, not really. There's only two heroes out of 4 heroes out of 40. Only a tenth of the lobby are heroes, so it's not like you can't do nothing. The final phase has like 3 to 4 heroes per side, but the first couple is only 2 heroes max, so you can still do stuff. It's just in overtime at the moment, so it's like. It's really tough, explosive. The main focus is on this location, so yeah, I mean, it's not like it's awful. Come on. Oh no. Yep. Yeah, everyone's just chucking thermal detonators, barrage, and all that stuff. That's the issue. Come on. Well, I thought it was like, I swear they're everywhere. No, it's not really. Aki, you'd see, is this game pay to win? No, it's not been pay to win since launch. That's the thing, that's such a big misconception. Like, the game came out with the Digital Deluxe Edition when it was pay to win, but by the time it was worldwide launched, the pay to win system was actually removed from the game. So technically, the game from worldwide launch was never pay to win, it's just, it had no, That's the thing, that's the power of the media, really. Like, everyone, like, it was open world when it launched in, like, when the Deluxe Edition came out, it was pay to win. But at worldwide launch, it wasn't, so yeah. It's pretty crazy, to be honest. Alright. That is going to do me for today. It's been a nice 2 hours, 20 minutes. So I'm going to rest easy, get some work done for uni. Because got lots to do. I hope you all have a very good rest of your day. Thank you for stopping by. Plenty of Star Wars announcements over the last week to get excited about. So very much looking forward to, hopefully you guys are looking forward to it as well over the next few weeks and months and, well, years. I guess. But especially over the next few weeks and months, I'll be having a lot of content coming out over, or like with regards to a potential Battlefront 3, and obviously talking about the open world Star Wars game and what Star Wars game I want, what Star Wars games I want to see really, as well as covering every bit of Lego Star Wars news that we get as well. So yeah, thank you all very much for watching, guys. I hope you all have a very good rest of your weekend. Yeah, thank you all very much for watching, guys, and may the force be with you